Everybody knows budgeting is important, even if they find it hard to do. Some people think budgeting is for rainy days. Others look at budgeting for things that are known to be needed, like money set aside in envelopes in the kitchen drawer. And other people want to know how much, when, and even the why. And you can find your own reasons why budgeting is important. What I'm going to talk to you about today is what budgeting means if you live in a condominium association. We will cover the budgeting process in more detail later. I am Louis Orloff, Managing Partner of Reserve Fund Advisors. We specialize in helping condominiums invest your money for a better future. Do you know the budgeting process for your association? Well, there are many things to know. An association budget has three major buckets of funds. Number one, there's something called the operating fund. Number two, there is a second called the reserve fund budget. And number three, living in Florida, is a third called the Structural Integrity Reserve Fund. How does this break down between operating expenses and reserve funds? Assuming for a moment that your association properly reserves funds for future replacement and maintenance of the property, approximately 30 to 40% of your total fee goes into the reserve fund, leaving the balance going to pay operating expenses. Operating expenses take care of the electricity for the common areas, keeping the pool clean, landscaping, and things like that. Items that unit owners use all the time that wear out over time, like driveways, roofs to keep you dry, and balconies are covered by the reserve funds. Well, maybe you are a condo owner who just received notice from the association that your monthly fees are going to go up by an additional $100 a month. Well, when you bought your condo and elected a board of directors, you did not give them a blank check made out on your bank account to just spend anywhere they want. So every year they develop a budget, and even in the middle of the year, they may add some items to the budget. All of these discussions take place during the board meetings, and you as an owner are allowed to come to those meetings and should. The reality is, all of us care about our money and how it is spent. You can participate by asking questions. Some of the questions might be seemingly obvious. If your own electric bill has been going up a little bit a month, let's say 2% every month, and if the association condominium area electric charges are going up 10% a month, well, all the electricity comes from the same place and we all pay the same amount per kilowatt. So what's going on? Did you replace your bulbs with LEDs or install switches that automatically turn off lights after you leave the laundry room? Did your association do these things in the common area? Utility expenses are an example of the types of questions that are fair game at a board meeting. So I'm not suggesting that you become an accountant or bookkeeper or budgeting expert. I'm just suggesting that we use common sense and ask simple common sense questions and make sure that the board knows that somebody is watching over their decisions. If you owned a house, you wouldn't let your neighbors decide how to spend your money on your pool, your flowers, or your fence, so long as you were maintaining them. Well, you own a piece of the condo property, and you have every right to ask. And we'll wrap this up for the moment. It's just matching the board's fiduciary duty to you and the association, and the fact that they're required to act as a prudent person. In short, what this means is that the board is supposed to spend the association money the way the owners of the association would spend their own money, and not the way the board members want to spend the condo money. And we'll talk more about fiduciary duty and prudent person issues in another video, but you are the homeowner. Your opinion matters. You have the power of informing a sound budgeting process and proper investment decisions. The board works for you and your fellow homeowners. The association funds can be working harder for you as a homeowner by making sure that the board has a clear investing strategy as part of the budget.